It's a monetize, it's a vibe. It's a monetize, it's a vibe.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to talk to you guys about my new job. Oh my gosh, you guys have been waiting so long, so very patiently for me to give you guys some information about my new job and what I'm doing and everything like that. First things first, it's not much different from what I've been doing in my nursing career thus far. It is at a long-term care, skilled care nursing facility. So this is like surgical, post-hospital discharge type of patients that we get, along with like our long-term care residents. And I do work permanently in the long-term care unit, but I do pick up shifts every now and then on the skilled care unit. So I'm still exposed to wound vacs, fractures, different things like that. And on my section, I'm still exposed to like G-tubes, wounds, people who need oxygen and breathing treatments and seizures, just a bunch of different things. The exposure and the learning is like endless. IVs, I still have IVs and different things like that. So don't let anyone ever tell you that, oh, working in a long-term care facility or something like that, you don't get any experience. It just depends on where you work and what type of patients they accept. And you can always ask that during your interview. You can say, well, do you guys take more critical people, or do you guys only take people who would just come and do therapy, take their medicine and go home? Some places do take more critical people and some places don't. Like my old job, like my very first job that I had in Texas, I had a lady who had a G-tube, she had a trach, which she needed oxygen, and she was prone to seizures and things like that. And she had a huge wound on her coccyx. So I was in that room with her for probably like an hour in the morning during my morning med pass or my morning rounds. And then again, like every couple of hours or so, I would be in there for like an hour each time. So she took up a lot of my day because she had so much going on. And she wasn't the only person I had like that. It just depends on like what are their basic specifications for the types of patients that they will take and accept. Because some places they don't want that liability. This person has so much going on, they don't want the liability of something happening, because it isn't a hospital unless you work in a LTAC, which is a long-term acute care hospital. That's another option as well for those of you just starting out, if you do want some exposure to more critical things without going the hospital route. Or you can of course try to go the hospital route. As an LVN, LPN, it is a little bit more difficult to get in the hospital setting unless you have like more years of experience. Then they would, I think, more so consider you. But they do hire LPNs and LVNs, at least where I live in the Dallas area, to do like outpatient clinic work at the hospital. Or you can be like a floater at the hospital for the different floors. So there are options for LPNs out there. You just have to find them, and the company or facility just has to be willing to work with you and train you or whatnot if it's something that you're not familiar with. But the options are out there, so don't let anyone tell you different. So now on to my new job. Like I said, it is a long-term skilled care facility. It's a rehab facility. The main difference though for me is my schedule, which is one of the reasons that I changed jobs again. As you guys know from my last nursing update video, I was telling you guys about how I got a new job working night shifts, and it was my dream schedule, working 12-hour shifts. But my only issue was the fact that I would work like a couple of days and then have a couple of days off, and then work like a weekend and then have a couple of days off. And it was like a blocky schedule. And my current schedule is awesome. It's like exactly what I wanted coming out of nursing school. But everything takes time, and you just have to be patient and take the time to find what works for you and what you want to do. Now, this is not the area of nursing that I want to work in forever, which is like geriatric, skilled care. I don't want to work in this area forever. I think I've expressed to you guys before that I do love women's health and pediatrics a little bit. So that's kind of the route I want to go, family care. So I don't plan to be in this area of nursing forever, but that's where I am now, and I have a schedule that works for me and my life. So basically I work every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, consecutively, and then I have Thursday through Sunday off every week. And that works out well, especially if I wanted to get another job. I could work 2 full-time jobs. I can get a job working weekend double at another facility like mine, which is where you do like 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. on Saturday and Sunday, or you can do like 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. on Saturday and Sunday. So basically you're working 16 hours a day. So if I wanted to do that, I could do that. But right now, that's not what I want to do. I did heavily consider it, especially because we're trying to like move forward in buying a house and things like that, saving more and things like that. It's like, well, I have the time, I can make extra money. But right now I'm working PRN with an agency. So I am on an agency list where I basically give them my availability and they send me different shifts, and I tell them whether or not I want to accept those shifts. So if it's a day that I'm off and they send me a message saying, hey, we have, let's say it's like Thursday and I'm off Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and it's Thursday, they send me a message and they're like, hey, we have a 12-hour day shift at this place on Saturday, do you want to do it? Or are you available? I can say yes and I can go ahead and work the shift, or I can say no and I can stay home and be with my family. The choice is up to me, and that's what I love about working PRN, is that you don't have like to commit yourself to specific times and days and things like that. They're working around your availability and everyone else employed under their agency. So that's been working out really well for me. So that's what I've been doing. As you know, I'm sure you guys already know, if you guys watch some of my old vlogs and old videos, that sometimes I was like getting ready to go work at my PRN job with the agency. So that's nothing new. But yeah, just so you guys know, that's like the only new change as far as where I'm working, is that I work 12-hour shifts and it's consecutive. Oh, and it's day shift because I had to switch back from night shift. I could not handle doing the night shift thing like that. It was really throwing off like everything. Like I would either be asleep all day, up all night, or you know, it was just very hard to do the night shifts, especially with them not being consecutive. It was like you're off here, you work these 2 days, you're off here, you're off here, you're off here, then you work 2 days. Like it was just so hard to like kind of keep up my daytime life with the schedule of working 12-hour night shifts. So when I saw this job open up back in August, I was like, you know what, I've been working night shifts for 5 months, let me go ahead and try to get this day shift job. It's the same type of hourly schedule, 12-hour shifts, which is what I wanted, and it was even better because it was 3 days a week and it was during the weekdays. So while I'm at work, Tim's at work, Jade's at school, we come home, we can still have dinner together and, you know, have family time even on those days. So I really enjoy my new schedule and I love having 4 days off consecutively. It's like so awesome. And the great part about my job is that they do hire RNs. So once I finish school, if I don't want to leave like right away, I can stay there and work the same position as an RN with more skill sets and better pay. So yeah, like it's like foolproof. Like I love it and I'm very happy that I'm there, and yeah, it's been great so far. And that's it, guys. So that's just my quick update on my new job, since I know you guys were interested in knowing what I switched to, where I am, what I'm doing. So there you have it. I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.
It's Friday, link up in my dick and smoking night grip. It's been a long week, me have to fly with. Yeah, me have to fly with. Friday.